Now students, let us discuss about the human eye. The human eye is a light sensitive organ and it enables us to see the beautiful world around us. The eyelids you can see in image. The eyelid act as a shutter of the eye and it protects them from injury or prevent any object from entering the eye. And if we look at our eye in the mirror, we can see that on the outside the eye has an eyeball and there is a white plate all around it. The eyeball is almost like a spherical ball. It has a diameter of about 2.3 centimeter. The outer part of the eye is composed of three layers of tissues, namely sclera, choroid, and retina. Now students, let us discuss about structure and function of main parts of the eye, that is sclera, cornea, iris and pupil, choroid, crystalline lens, retina and optic nerve. So first is sclera. Now sclera is the outermost covering of the eye and it is made up of white, tough, fibrous tissue. Now what is the function of sclera? Is to protect the vital internal part of the eye. So it protects the internal part of the eye. Second is cornea. Now sclera layer continues in front of the eye as cornea. Now this is a transparent white portion of the eye which covers the transparent bulge of the surface of the eyeball. And what is the function of cornea? It allows the light to enter in the eyeball. Next is iris and pupil. Now behind the cornea is the iris. Now it lends color to the eye. The iris has a central circular aperture. Aperture means opening, called pupil. Now what is the function of iris? Is to regulate the amount of the light entering the eye by adjusting the size of pupil. Now if light is dim, the iris makes the pupil expand in order to allow more light to enter the eye. And if the light is bright, the iris makes the pupil contract. Contract means decrease the size of pupil in order to decrease the amount of light entering the eye. The iris consists of muscles that expand and contract the pupil. Next is choroid. The dark gray layer attached to the sclera on its inner side is called the choroid. Now it is richly supplied with blood vessels and it darkens the eye from inside. So what is the function of choroid? To prevent any internal reflection. Next is crystalline lens, or we can call it as lens. Now this transparent crystalline double convex lens is situated just behind the iris. Now it is held in its position with the help of ciliary muscles. And what is the work of lens? Is to focus on a light entering into the eye. Next is retina. Retina is the innermost delicate membrane having large number of nerve cells called rods and cones. Now cones are sensitive to colors while the rods are sensitive to the intensity of light. Last is optic nerve. Now optic nerve are about 1 million separate nerves fiber that connects the rods and cones of the retina to the brain. Now, what is the function of optic nerve? Is to carry the optical messages in the form of electric signals to the brain. Now students, let us discuss about working of the human eye. So light coming from an object enters the eye through cornea and the pupil. So when it enters the eye, the lens focuses the light rays to form an inverted image on the retina. Now as inverted image is formed on retina, rods and cones of the retina gets activated and generate electric signals. Optic nerve sends these electric signals to the brain. The brain interprets means it helps us to understand these signals and render the erect means standing image of the object. Now students, let us discuss about blind spot. Now at the junction or at some point of the optic nerve and the retina, there is no sensory cells, means there is no rods or cones, so no vision is possible at that spot. Because of that, it is called the blind spot of the eye. Now in order to understand this, let us go through the activity. Now see the second image. What are the things needed? A whiteboard and a scale. Now take a whiteboard and mark a thick cross on its left hand side. At a distance of 8 cm, mark a round mark on the right hand side. Now hold the cardboard at arm's length from your eyes and close your left eye and look continuously on the cross. You will see that both cross and round marks are visible. Now move the cardboard slowly towards you, keeping the eye on the cross. You will find at some point that round mark disappears. At this moment, the image of the round mark is formed on the blind spot and hence it is not visible. So from this, what we have concluded, that there is a blind spot on the retina where there are no sensory cells, that is no rods or cones, so no vision is possible at this spot. Persistence of vision. So persistence means continuity. So when light coming from an object falls on the retina, so what will happen? Images is formed. Now this image will not vanish immediately. It will last for 1/16th of second. So if still means stationary. So if still images of a moving object are flashed on the eye at the rate faster than 16 per second, so what will happen? Then the eye perceives this object is moving. So this is called persistence of vision. So what example we can take for persistence of vision? Here we can take the example of the movie which we see on cinema hall. Okay, so in actual practice, any scene of movie consists of number of separate pictures and these pictures are kept in proper sequence. Now images of these pictures are made to move in front of the eyes at the rate of 24 pictures per second. So this gives us a sense of continuity and hence we see the moving pictures. Now next is power of accommodation. So power of accommodation means the ability of eye lens to adjust its focal length so as to see the object located anywhere is called power of accommodation. Means we can see any object wherever it is located, okay, without any strain. So that ability of eye lens is called power of accommodation. The furthest point up to which the eye can see the object clearly, okay, see the first image, okay. So distance object which we can see with our eyes without any strain is called far point of eye. So for normal eye the far point is infinity. Now see the second image. The minimum distance at which the eye can see the object very clearly without strain is called near point of eye. So most comfortable distance at which one can see the object with normal eye is about 25 centimeter. So in other words, what we can say, the near point is about 25 centimeter. Now students, let us discuss about defects of vision and their correctness. So first is nearsightedness, or we can say myopia. So a person with myopia or nearsightedness can see nearby object, okay. So person can see nearby object but cannot see distant. Distant means far off object. Distinctly means clearly. Means in this what will happen? A person who is suffering from myopia can see nearby object but cannot see distant or far off object. Okay, so that type of disease we are saying, defect in eye we are saying myopia or nearsightedness. Now in this what is happening? Now see the diagram, see the second image. You will see that image of distant object is formed in front of retina. Okay, so here image is forming in front of retina, not on retina. Okay, because of that a person can see nearby object but cannot see distant object. Now in order to correct that, what the person has to use? He has to use spectacles with concave lens. So when he will use the concave lens, so the image will fall on retina, okay, not in front of retina. So in order to correct it, he has to use concave lens. Now next is farsightedness. Now here a person with hypermetropia, or we can say farsightedness, can see distant or far off object. Okay, you can see in image, he can see a distant object but he cannot see nearby object distinctly. Distinctly means clearly. So far off object he can see but he cannot see a nearby object. Okay, so here what is happening? Image is falling behind the retina and not on retina. Okay, so in order to correct this hypermetropic eye, what the person has to use? He has to use spectacles with convex lens. So when he will use convex lens, image will fall on retina, not behind the retina. So if he will use convex lens, he can see nearby object. Now next is cataract. Now this cataract is a leading cause of blindness, and especially it is among adults of 45 years of age and older. So here what is happening? The eye lens is becoming cloudy, and because of this cloudiness means dull, or we can say not clear. Okay, so what will happen? Because of this cloudiness, light rays do not pass easily through the lens. So as it is not passing through the lens to focus on retina, so what will happen? things will look foggy or cloudy. So people with cloudy lens are said to be cataract. Okay, so person having this cloudy eye lens are said to have cataract. Now students, let us discuss about care of eyes. So in this, what we have to do? See the first image. Always sit straight while reading or writing. So while reading, one should not lie down. Okay, their posture should be correct. So you have to say straight while reading or writing. Otherwise what will happen? It will create strain in eyes. Now see the second one. Do not read in dim light or very bright light. So insufficient light can cause eye strain and headache, and too much light can injure the retina. So one should read in good light. Now see the third one, third image. Do not watch television or read for a long time, and sit at least 6 feet away from television set. See the fourth one. Do not rub eyes with dirty hands or dirty cloth. So if you are rubbing your eyes with dirty hand or dirty cloth, so what will happen? Germs can enter the eyes and cause infection. Next, wash your eyes frequently with clean water. Sixth, if you feel any strain in your eyes, what you have to do? You have to get your eyesight checkup and use spectacles if required. And last, lack of vitamin A in diet is responsible for the series of eye problem, so which eventually lead to blindness. So in beginning, what will happen? The patient is unable to see properly at night or in dim light, and this condition is called night blindness. So this is followed by extreme dryness of the eye. Eye will become dry, softening and clouding of the cornea, and finally these conditions leads to complete blindness. So what one should do? They have to include vitamin A in diet. So vitamin A rich food includes leafy vegetables like spinach, red carrots, broccoli and cod liver oil. And it also includes egg, milk, curd, cheese, butter and fruits such as papaya and mango, which is also rich in vitamin A. Now students, let us discuss about visually challenged or blind people. Okay, so visually challenged or blind people cannot see. Now this blindness can be of two types, that is curable blindness and incurable blindness. So in case of curable blindness, okay, either cornea or lens become opaque due to some disease or defect. Now let us discuss this in detail. Now see the first one. If crystalline lens become opaque, it is removed surgically and replaced by an artificial lens. And if cornea become opaque, then it is removed surgically in its place, and a healthy donated cornea from the eye of donor is inserted. So this type of blindness we are saying curable blindness. So either first one, see the first image, it can be replaced by artificial lens if crystalline lens is becoming opaque, and if cornea is becoming opaque, that it is removed surgically and in its place a healthy donated cornea from the eye of donor is inserted. Now students, let us discuss about technological aid. Aid means help for the visually challenged people. So first one is braille system. So braille is a system of representing characters. You can see here A to Z, A, B, C, D. So this we are saying characters. Okay. So braille is a system of representing characters by raised dots, and combination of raised dots in a 6-dot cell make up different characters. Now this system was invented by Louis Braille, who lost his eyesight when he was a child. So books and periodicals are available in Braille for the blind. Now second is white cane. Now blind people use the white cane with a red tip to improve mobility. Now they use this cane to detect obstacles on the way while walking. So with this cane they can travel safely, confidently and independently at the home and in the community. Now third is computer. Now there are personalized computer, okay, which are available today that are blind friendly. Now several softwares like Orlex and Adbrain Nopix are developed specially for the blind so that they can access information available on the net. And even screen reading software enable the blind to use mainstream computer application including the internet. Next is radio reading services. So there are over 100 radio reading services throughout the world that provide a visually challenged people with readings from periodicals over the radio. And last is chalking devices. So blind people may use this chalking equipment such as chalking thermometer, talking watches, chalking clocks, talking calculators and talking compasses. Thank you.